Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, click that little red button, and if you'd like to be notified of my posts, then click the bell. It'll send you a notification as soon as I post. Okay, so I'm digging more into Chris Watts and why he sort of tried to cover up this story of killing his children and his wife, and just the devastation that the friends and people who loaned a hand to help Chris out after finding out, that his wife and children were missing, to hear of them talking how that he was just at their house, and that if, Chris was a really accepting, nice person, that if anybody needed help with anything, he was the first one that was there. If you needed to talk, he was an open ear. If you were having troubles with something, like, he was right there. So, everybody's sort of really confused as to why nobody saw anything. There's Denver 7 did some interviews with a couple of these friends, the people who opened up their home to Chris afterwards and let him stay there. There's also a gentleman that had them over at his house for a birthday party and really clearly saw no signs of anything that was wrong. Now, there is a little bit of talk, though, that he knew that he was in such dire financial straits that he might need to put the house up for sale. And there is some talk that Shanann started to find out about the affairs. So I could imagine that would all come to head if she confronted him about that. Maybe she found some proof. Maybe she was just trying to get by in that last few days of her life, maybe planning a divorce, and that might have cost him a lot of money, and just more loss, right? So I'll share the video with you that I found, and I will definitely ask you your thoughts, your opinions. Please post that into the section so that we can share with each other if you see anything that maybe I didn't see. So if you enjoyed this quick little video update from me, a thumbs up would be a great support. And stay tuned for more information as we go through the case together. Thanks for watching, folks. Stay safe out there. Bye for now.
Birthday party just down the road. Everything was fine. Everything was great. Or so it all appeared that way. At the Lindstrom home in Erie tonight, a lingering question that's not easy to answer.
The hardest part about it all is when you're closer with the family, it's the why. The why gets bigger.
Why did Jeremy's good friend, Chris Watts, allegedly murder his entire family?
We're dumbfounded. We don't get it. Lost.
Chris and the girls, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, were just here for Jeremy's little boy's birthday party. The girls were happy. They were normal. So was Chris, or so it appeared.
I mean, he would reach out and help anybody that needed help with anything. He was a good mechanic. If you needed help with your car, he'd help you. If you need help moving furniture, he'd be over there in a heartbeat to help you out. You don't know what, when, why, where, how everything goes weird.
When did it all go so weird, so wrong? Like the bizarre interview Chris gave us a day after his family's disappearance.
If somebody has her and they're not safe, I want them back now. I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door and just barrel rushing me, but it didn't happen.
We now know that was never going to happen, but for Jeremy, the why is still incredibly painful to comprehend.
Just horrible. Why do people do this? Why does it come down to this? Had to have been an easier route.
And check out the growing memorial outside the family's home tonight. A very nice tribute to those little girls and the mother. This neighborhood on the far western edge of Frederick still reeling from this tragedy. We're live tonight. Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
Wow, and Russell, like you, a lot of us, a lot of families, just trying to wrap our heads around how a man who appeared to be such an adoring husband and father could do this.
Including a couple who let Chris Watts stay in their home while police searched for his missing wife and daughters.
He stayed the night in our house across the hall from our 5-year-old.
That'll haunt me.
Nicholas and Amanda Thayer say, in their words, they feel stupid. They say they never suspected Chris would do something like this. They still don't understand why.
They've been close friends with the family for years, they say, and they say that Chris told them Monday about financial trouble. and that Shanann was concerned about infidelity.
We had no idea that they were financially until we spoke with Chris on Monday.
He mentioned putting the house up for sale.
And the Thayers also say they called investigators when they didn't think Chris was being as proactive as he should be to find his family. But they never thought this, thinking Shanann may have just gone away for the night.
And tonight, the big question, what we're all wondering, is why. Investigators say they're looking at all scenarios this evening. We checked, the couple has no criminal background, but they did have some financial struggles.
Their bankruptcy filing shows they went from making $147,000 a year in 2013 to $90,000 in a year, 2014. The couple owed $70,000 from credit card debt, student loans, and medical expenses. At the time they filed, they only had about $9.51 in savings and $864 in their checking account. Still so many unanswered questions in this case. We could see formal murder charges filed on Monday. We could also get our hands on the affidavit Monday to learn more about how Shanann and the little girls died. Chris Watts will be back in court on Tuesday.